The Conservative Party of Canada can look to Alberta to see what happens when they abandon their principles. I'm sure you can imagine the frustration and disappointment in Alberta with political parties and politicians right now. The NDP haven't even brought in one policy that was good for Albertans, and clearly our Conservative politicians towing the media party line and doing things like denouncing chants of "lock her up" that nobody really cared about at a rally hasn't worked out for them very well. I have to say, I think the Wild Rose Party and the PCs are getting it together and are on the right track with unifying, and they do a good job of holding the government to account in the legislature for the most part. But is this translating with the public? Not all of us are legislature junkies. So what's the problem if I think they're doing their jobs right now? You might be wondering why I think Albertans are dissatisfied with all politicians. But look at these stats prepared in early May by Trend Research for the Alberta Fund. They're very telling. They say that the majority of people in Calgary and Edmonton aren't sure who they'd vote for between Jason Kenney and Brian Jean. And when all the totals are averaged, it's a neck-and-neck race between Brian Jean and a hypothetical unknown candidate. To me, that says Albertans are tired of the same old political pandering from the same old professional politicians. Albertans endured decades of crooked red Tory rule with progressive Conservatives, out-of-control spending, out-of-control corruption. And then the PC's terrible leadership and Danielle Smith and other Wild Rose floor crossers screwed voters out of an election win with a secret and unethical backroom deal and brought us the destroyers, the NDP. Actually, Smith's was a selfish move made for self-preservation without a thought given to voters. And I don't think those voters can forget those things very easily. I don't think people forget when they see politicians trying to score political points with the media by throwing their constituents under the bus. And the Conservative Party of Canada seems to think that this same type of behavior is going to get them more votes. They think that parroting the Liberal line about the environment and some social issues makes them more popular with voters. When all hope was lost and Albertans knew they had it bad with Rachel Notley, and the CPC lost the election in 2015 to a drama teacher, but Alberta went blue, there was a collective sigh of relief across the province. Conservatives were thankful that even though Stephen Harper wouldn't be leading the country, that at the very least, Conservative interests would be represented in Ottawa. But after watching Conservative MPs make promises and not coming through, let's just say I think I speak for a lot of people when I say they're giving up ground to the left to win elections, but they're betraying their base and the people that voted for them. There's a little experiment going on in Alberta that tells me that this approach just simply isn't working. The effects aren't temporary either. It's been over 2 years since the last election. And when you start giving up on principle simply to get votes, you've really just got one foot out the door and toward the left anyways. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas. Thanks for watching. If you're as frustrated with the Conservative Party of Canada as I am right now, don't forget to visit backstabbers.ca and sign the petition like I did. Let them know that you won't support them until they start working for us.